about his legal troubles. Take a look at this.
We have to find somebody that'll work with us that has dealt in the dirtiest of dirty business. We're losing.
Well, entertainment contributor Christal Jordan is joining us now in studio.
He's panicking. He's trying to get his lawyers to come up with a strategy, but we see the marketer. He's out in the streets. He's trying to drum up public perception and make sure that people still love him and see him as the king of New York. We also hear from his former business partner, Kandi Burruss, and you just get a lot of information that we didn't necessarily see. We see two of the jurors that are able to kind of explain what happened in court and how they came to the verdict that they did. So definitely new information, but very balanced and not at all, I think, the witch hunt that a lot of people thought.
Did you go into it thinking it was going to be something and walked away feeling something different after finishing the whole series?
Absolutely. I mean, a lot of the information was already out there, but it definitely added clarity. There's going to be some headlines, you know, trending topics this morning. One of the greatest, the biggest pieces that I took away that I think is going to really hurt him in public opinion is seeing that after Biggie died, we know that he was, you know, they were best friends and business partners. Hearing Kandi Burruss say that he didn't pay for Biggie's funeral, he basically recouped that out of Biggie's money, and kind of just showing that this has been a facade, that he knows how to manipulate public perception, but he may not be the person that, you know, people have been led to believe. But I still think it's very balanced, and it's you know, it's a really powerful series.
Yeah, what about all this footage, like the days prior, that one clip? I mean, because I've been seeing that a lot in the headlines. What was it legal to use this footage? But Netflix has come out and basically said, yeah, we had the rights.
Absolutely. So actually, one of the directors, Alexandra Stapleton, cleared that up as well. The footage was attained after he was arrested. The videographer that shot the footage obviously you know, owned the footage and did sell it to them. It was legal. I mean, Netflix obviously did their due diligence, but it is shocking, and it's weaved throughout the 4-part series. You see him preparing, and you just see a very different side of him than we've ever seen before. When you can tell that he's panicking and he's out of sorts. You know, a very different Diddy than we've seen before.
Christal, do you recommend for people who are intrigued, you know, by this whole story to watch this series?
I definitely do. I mean, this goes back to his beginnings. You know, you see when he started with Andre Harrell. I mean, it really is. It's a solid docu-series. It's definitely not what I think a lot of people are going to be assuming that it is. So I think people can watch and make their own, you know, judgment. But really, it's just it's a solid piece of, you know, of journalism, honestly. And
that's what 50 Cent said years ago that he wanted to do, right? He wanted to focus on true, authentic, real storytelling. And I guess that's kind of what you saw.
That is what I saw. And I think also it's important to add, Diddy was actually working on a documentary himself with Netflix, but he could not have creative control, and so he opted not to do it. And so I actually think this, I mean, you still see all the things that we know about his heroic rise. I mean, he's definitely made history, and there's, you know, there's good and bad, but I think it definitely gives you a well-rounded picture.
Okay. Christal, let's switch gears now and talk a little bit about Real Housewives star Kandi Burruss and this custody battle that she's kind of going through with her ex.
Well, first of all, we know Kandi announced that she filed for divorce the 21st of November, and 5 days later, her estranged husband Todd Tucker answered that and said that he's going to contest the prenup, and that he also was going to file for primary custody of their 2 children. And what's interesting about this is, you know, kind of like we were talking about with 50 Cent, the Real Housewives of Atlanta documented their, you know, their journey from courtship to marriage, and the prenuptial agreement is a big part of Kandi's storyline during that time on Real Housewives of Atlanta. And she's actually mentioned in Us Weekly today that a lot of that footage that was seen in Kandi's wedding, where they're talking about this prenuptial agreement, Todd is suggesting that he was kind of coerced or pressured into it, but you see them actually talking about it all throughout the show. And so, you know, it's documented. You know, their fans have watched. That's been a big point of contention in the marriage initially was this prenup. So for Todd to say that he's going to contest it, and then, you know, he has the children. We all know Kandi tours and is, you know, busy.
A lot of work obligations.
He's
right?
suggesting that should definitely put him in a great place to get custody, primary custody of the children, and the final decision maker for them. So I just feel like this divorce is going to turn nasty, even though she put everything in place.
Right, to make it not.
To make it not. But, you know, there's a lot of money at stake. There were a lot of businesses that the two of them shared. And then, like I said, these two little ones, you know.
Which should be,
you would hope,
the most important thing, you know, making this amicable.
You would hope.
You would hope.
You would hope. But, I mean, Real Housewives of Atlanta, she's not on the show this season, but it looks like it's still going to be a part of her storyline.
Okay.